I know we're gonna be pushing that out real quick, let people know that we live on the podcast side. Live on IBP Media Group on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe right now so you can get all the other podcasts that's on there. And no doubt IBP Media Group is right there. I see it popped up. We live and direct, no doubt. And we got Snow Bunny in the building, Xtasy Snow Bunny, the queen in the building. What's going on with you this morning?
Nothing, just checking if I got the right IBP media group. So I'm tuned in too, just to make sure
Yeah,
I'm
we
subscribed.
definitely streaming. We streaming.
Streaming
We is streaming. That's what I'm talking. We
platforms,
streaming, dreaming, and screaming.
algorithms,
Yeah, keep this thing
rhythms.
rolling.
I
You
need the
know.
rhythm.
Yeah, yeah. So we got them. We got the in the industry. They got the rumors going around about the halftime show at Super Bowl. We gonna see.
I'm excited if that's true.
Yeah, I wanna. They supposed to announce it in in the first week of October. And I just got an email from one of my fellow brothers from in the industry saying that Usher was a candidate for the halftime show, and the first candidate was Rihanna, which would make sense because Jay Z is the entertainer supervisor for the Super Bowl, so that would make sense if Rihanna, and it would
As
make
he
sense with
should
Usher
be.
too, though.
That's
Say it
a
again.
good job for him. I think that's a good job for Jay-Z. I think he's
Yeah, yeah.
well worthy of that job.
Oh yeah, he was involved with the last year one. He the one to put that together, the Dr. Dre movement and the Mary J. Blige and the Kendrick Lamar and 50
Yes.
Cent,
That
Eminem,
movement
Snoop
was
Dogg.
good.
Yeah, so that was they won an Emmy award too for that.
Can they
Shout out to
top
them.
it? That's
Yeah,
how you get
and I
the
know what though,
motivation.
if Rihanna end up being the halftime show, I think she can top that. Um, I think she will definitely, the rumor saying she's gonna bring M back because M be the first one to go back to back Super Bowls, and for the song they got together, and she's gonna bring Jay on the stage for Umbrella. You know what I'm saying? She gonna do all her hits. And the dance and the performance part gonna be amazing because she's having some amazing people behind her on the choreography. So that would be an amazing halftime show if that's true. And even the Usher will be good too, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring
Yes.
Lil Jon on stage, Ludacris, you know. And it's
Mm.
a rumor also. We don't know yet because today
I
is the
like
day.
rumors.
Yeah, these rumors is
They're
definitely is
fun.
interesting. When you in
They're
media,
fun
you get all these
rumors.
emails, you get all these people hitting you up from different media sources, and they give you the actual links to things that they hear about. And when you in media and radio, we get all this type of stuff, so we get to spit a little bit of things on the radio and podcast. So that's what I like about being part of radio, because we get connected and all that. So I like that. But they also saying that Usher is possibly being on a Masked Singer too. Masked Singer premieres today. Um, so this rumor is
Mm.
saying that Tom Brady is on the Masked Singer. That's slinging
Oh,
around too. Um, and
like that stuff.
yeah. So it's like so it's all types of things is going around in the emails and doing that. You know what I mean. We have our new co-host on Wednesday. You know, Jertaker in the building. Yeah, baby, boy, let me unpause you. Say that again,
Oh
brother.
shoot, how's it going? How's it going?
What's going on with you? What's going on with you?
How is it?
Hey, hey,
I
just
like your background.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. To let people know who you are, and what you do. To those on the radio and the podcast side, let
All
people know
right.
who. Give them a little something, something.
I'm Jertaker, international musician, serial entrepreneur, content creator, wrestler, medical worker, model, IBO through Amway, and also a mentor, assistant, and video writer for Faithful Film Fanatic podcast. So,
Yeah, but boy, you got a whole resume. You got
Right.
a whole essay.
for real.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're on your grind and you're working, like I can really break it down too. If people ask what I do, my list is just as long as yours. I try to shorten it though. I try not to overwhelm people of what I got going on.
I
But
just actually started doing that lately. I've been going by Manifold Occupational Mastermind because I'm able to do a little bit of everything. So
yeah, right. Try to shorten it up. I try to
Right.
shorten it up too because I'm like, man, I got so much things that I'm a marketing manager, marketing coach, music manager, podcast,
Number
DJ,
one podcast.
MC. I mean, I'm across the board. Actor, been in a couple movies, and a little bit of everything. I try to, media, expert,
Media.
radio
Media takes
personality. I
care of
mean,
it
I got a
all,
whole bunch of
really.
titles myself.
He's in
Uh,
media. Media
yeah,
takes care of it all.
yeah, and then we have the uh,
Master
other
media.
co-host, V Green, the Queen.
Good morning.
You know what I'm saying? From her podcast, Think and Grow with
That green.
Vic Green. Yeah, that know what I'm saying. Now her podcast is through her team,
Number
the
one
Evening Rush
podcast.
Network.
That's
Sorry, bro.
right. Check us out on the Evening Rush Network. That's DA, not THE.
Yeah. We grinding. And this is Jertaker, the co-host for Wednesdays. He's gonna be on Wednesdays. And
Nice to meet. Oh, you sent me a friend request.
yes. Nice to
Okay,
meet you.
I'll accept it. I get so much spam. I'm never sure, so I'll definitely accept it. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you as well. If I
Yeah.
didn't say
He's
I
been
think I'm
grinding
going
on
to copy.
music, wrestling. He do a little bit of everything. Content creator. He's also a mentor and all that good stuff. He's got a lot of people under his belt that he helps out and move. It's good to have those mentors. Me and V Green always talk about that all the time. We always talk about the mentors is very important. And if people don't understand how important those mentors are when you're growing in your craft, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't care if you're cutting hair. I don't care if you have a restaurant business. I don't care if you do auto body. You're going to have a mentor to let you know, yo, you need to be doing this. This is your strong point. This is your weak points. You need to do this, that, and the third. I will help you in this area. You good in this area. You awesome in this area. You taking your thing, you doing your thing. It's all types of things that they can put on the table to motivate you to go to the next level. So,
Awesome.
that's important.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
no
going to
doubt,
share
no
this
doubt.
link.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
love it. You guys are so great.
Yeah, we always
Oh
great.
yeah,
We
let me
always
get
great.
online too. Big bro, keep talking to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. That's just what I do. The question of the day is very interesting. And also, did you know segment is very crazy that I just had a meeting with my mentors and stuff because I had mentors. I have 10 mentors. All 10 of them is in the industry. From Rock Nation to We the Best Music to Def Jam to
That.
film industry. I mean, it's like I have mentors behind the scenes. Like I said, I won't name drop because a lot of them don't want their names to be on the show.
Right.
They try to keep it, But they
Low
keep me on.
key.
They keep me on point. And that's why I'm so in line of my lane of what I'm doing, and I'm in tune with it, and I'm good with it, and I'm trying my best to be better and better every day, especially on radio. That's in podcast. That's rough. People think it's easy, V.
You have to plan. You have to. Me and Don were talking about this the other day. People think that they can just get on a podcast and just start talking,
Yeah.
and you can. But if you want it to be something great, if you want it to be something, if you want it to grow, you have to plan for these things.
Yeah.
Plan your
And
segments out.
it's a lot of work. There's a lot of prep work. It's more prep work than just the actual media part of it. Same thing with Jertaker when he's doing his wrestling. It's rehearsal. It's planning. is to make sure the move is right. Because if the move ain't right and they gonna look right, then you can't entertain the crowd. You can't, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of extra stuff that you got to do and be professional at, because it's a lot of time consuming. You know what I mean?
For
And
sure.
a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people don't realize certain things. Oh, I can do that. Okay, yeah, you can do that. But do you know the extra to it though? It's called extra work.
Right.
Extra grind. They think everything don't have work to it. Like, you could just do it like Nike. Nah, it's a good metaphor, but no.
For sure. That's even like, when it comes to like the content creation and whatnot, I see people come in and out of doing it and whatnot. They don't reach a big crowd because they're not marketing and advertising their work, doing ads or anything. And, then what ends up happening is they get the low views, this and that. And then they feel dismotivated, to keep going. And it's like, you know how to do it, but there's more to it than just dropping the videos,
It didn't.
They do
It's
the
funny you
business.
said that because then your algorithms would get out of whack, and that's what I'm be talking about today. But the question of the day will definitely connect what you're saying. The 3 reasons why you should do $1 day ads for 30 days on Instagram. I have 3 reasons, 3 important reasons. So if you're an artist, business owner, trying to get customers, trying to get followers, and trying to get fans, these things definitely work. Number one is the reason you should do those things is to get more customers and followers and fans. That's number one. If you can do $1 ad for 30 days, you will reach more customers, followers, and fans that's not following you.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing, that not following you.
Big
Um,
facts.
and when it's gonna make sense when I get to the do you know. There's 3 types of algorithms, and this is crazy. But number 2 on the list is to reach new people you don't know and not following you. So I answer those 2 back to back. And number 3 is your algorithms will go up 40% or more.
Oh
Your
yeah.
algorithms will move. Your algorithms engines will move 40% faster. That means your algorithm is a form of an engine. The engine is called Meta. Meta is an engine that's connected to Google. Google is also connected to YouTube. YouTube is connected to anybody that has a Gmail account. Do that make sense?
Indeed.
It's a link to each one. They're all connected. So if your algorithm is moving, that means your Gmail is moving.
Mm-hmm.
That's connected to YouTube. So even though you're not on YouTube marking your link, people are still seeing it on that end because it's connected to the Meta, who's owned by Zuckerberg. You know what I mean? Zuckerberg was a genius when he bought Meta, and he bought Meta engines from Bill Gates. And that chip is also connected to
Wait,
Microsoft
close.
still to this day. So all those things connected. These is information that I'm giving you that nobody really knows, really, but the people that's in technology. And to those who are technology that's on right now, y'all can call right now and y'all can debate with me if y'all want to. Because I'm ready for that debate. I'm a debate king.
Man,
You know,
I ain't gonna debate with somebody who probably had tons of research into it. So, man.
yeah, so that's how it works. Your algorithm is moving to bring people to you. Um, but on the top 3 algorithms, this is going to change the way you move on social media when you know the 3 types of algorithms, and this is very interesting to me. And I know why things is happening on my Instagram. I know why things is happening even on my Twitter. I know things is happening on my Twitch. And if I had a TikTok, I know the reason why things is going on my TikTok and my LinkedIn. All these come together. Did you know there are 3 types of algorithms, and one of them is feeds? That's an algorithm. So whatever you putting on your feeds, the algorithm will report that feed. For an example, if you post up, like for example, I was talking to an artist yesterday I interviewed on IG yesterday, Scripto. Shout out to Chris Scripto. He's an amazing artist out of New Mexico. And I told him, I said, I'll put up a post of a girl in bikinis smoking weed because I have a song called Loudback. So when I put that on my feeds, guess what happened? That algorithm kept on showing things on my feeds with bikinis and marijuana. That was every 4 posts, it was coming up
Mm-hmm.
off me putting that one, and just off of 4 people liking it, 3 people sharing it, it pushed the algorithm even more. So then I was seeing it every other post. I'm like,
Yeah.
why I'm getting these
That's why
bikinis?
it's so important to when you are posting and before you make an ad, it's so important that you look at the content. You check the content on Instagram. You also want to make sure that you put any type of hashtags prior to
Mhm.
submitting the ad, because after you submit the ad, you won't be able to. So content is so important, and you want to
Yeah,
make sure it's clear also. You
yeah,
want to make
yeah,
sure that the content is clear before you do an ad, because you want to generate, likes and follows. You want to make sure that you are working with the algorithm, and if you do it right, it's going to work. That small investment into yourself is really nothing. You spend that on coffee. That's
yeah,
$3 for a cup of coffee. You can
Awesome.
invest that into yourself.
yeah, definitely. And it's like, and your algorithms is your friend. Your algorithm
Yes.
is your helper. And if you destroy it and abuse it, it's going to abuse you. So it's like when I did that feed, I'm like, okay, now I posted one, and then I did it in my stories. Then I was seeing it in the story feeds. So when I got this information from my mentor, I'm like, that makes sense. Then go to number 2 algorithm is your explore algorithm. When you exploring, this is where it mess a lot of artists up right here. There's a lot of artists, if you tuned in right now on the radio, podcast, please be careful in this area if you really want people to know your music, know your brand, book shows, sell merch, all that. It's your explore algorithms. So if you're exploring fight videos, guess what? Every fight video explorer going to look at your page.
Mhm.
And if it don't matches what you're exploring, they're not gonna click, like, share, do nothing. You know
That's
what I
why
mean?
it's
Just from
so
them looking at your
important.
page will mess up your algorithm.
And that's why it's so important to separate your personal. If you're using your personal for business,
That's
you
right.
should separate that. And when you're certain, and check
Awesome.
who you're also following.
That's
That I did a cleanup of who I was following, because it did not match what it was that I was building my brand on. My brand is self development. My brand is podcast motivation. That's my brand. So
yeah,
who I'm
positive energy.
following needs to match that. And that, so when I go into my Explorer, that's what I'm going to see. I don't want to see all that other craziness. I'm
Yeah,
going to
fight
just see,
videos and
yeah.
people, digging up their nose and doing
Yeah,
all
I
types
didn't
of
even know
crazy.
some of this stuff was on Instagram. I
Oh my
just
god.
don't subscribe to
I
it.
that explore, that's my weakness on exploring because I'm always exploring. If you wanna explore on Google.
hmm
On that on that algorithm that's separated from your page if you want to find out something or find or want to see somebody else's page because it'll come up on there and you can click on the link and that link is not going to be connected to what you're looking at because it's outside of the app. So that's what my mentor said. You explore outside of it so you can keep that algorithm moving because if you're a podcaster and you're in radio, you want podcasts and radio fans and lovers to follow you to see what you
hmm
got going on so they can know who is Joe Taker is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So they
even in
can
the
know who is V
stories.
Green is and who is Ecstasy. You know what I mean? They know who is these people. You know what I mean? Because if I don't do that, then they won't recognize you, and then I can't bring nothing to the table to help you guys go to the next level. You know what I mean? So that's important to me. And I'm like, okay, my exploring skills on my IG and my Facebook, especially my Facebook music page. My Facebook music page, I don't explore too much. I let that be. I let the posts and the engagements do the work. I don't, on my music page. I don't on a Facebook. I don't. But on my Instagram, oh yeah, that's a weakness for me. The third one is Your reels, that's a whole separate algorithm.
And it's
Your
so
reels.
important right now.
Yeah,
That is, if you post a picture, you won't get as many likes as you would have back in January.
that's
But if
right.
you post a reel, and if you pay attention to the timing,
Mhm,
you're going to get engagement. You're going to get the people coming to your page. Those
mhm,
reels are so important right now. We got to remember that uh, the YouTubes, the Facebook, the Instagram, they are all right now scrambling, trying to figure out how they can compete with TikTok. Because, I mean, be honest, how many of us are on TikTok
mhm.
just engaging with the videos on there, and they're so short. That's the other thing with reels, because our attention span is so short nowadays.
Mhm.
That's why reels are taking off. That's why TikTok is taking off. You can go
Yeah,
on TikTok and learn something in 3 minutes.
yeah. That's it. That's it.
Keep that
And
in
the
mind when
reels.
you're posting your
And another
reels.
thing I should have put on here too, that should be number 4, is the exploring on reels is important
Mm,
because once you explore on reels and you do a real search and you would like I said, the bikini with the marijuana thing. Um, um, if I would have went on the reels and put bikinis of girls smoking marijuana, you know what I mean? If and I know that's part of my song, but I don't want that to interfere with I'm doing far as me as an artist. I
mhm,
want to keep that separate into my stories, which is part of the feed, so I keep it right there. I don't want to have both of them algorithms doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I wanna bring
mhm,
different people on this algorithm lane, and then explore algorithm lane. I want them to come new people on this end. So you got 3 lanes of algorithms that you can reach people. You can reach people at 7,000 each algorithm lane per hour. That's a lot of people.
Sure.
That's a lot
You
of people in
you
an
do
hour.
Facebook ads, right?
Yeah, I do
Did you
Facebook ads. I
have you
do
ever
I
did an Instagram ad?
Yeah, I'm always doing it. Instagram, my baby. Instagram, that's my baby right there.
Mine too.
Yeah, Instagram
That's where
ads
I
that
go.
I got an ad going on right now, and I was talking to my mentor a couple of days ago. I'm like, um, I'm not getting no clicks on the picture that I use, but he was like, well, how many followers you getting a week? I had to go back into my insights and overviews and check that out, and I was averaging 30 new followers a week. So he was like, it's
Mhm.
still working. Even though nobody
Yeah.
clicking on the link, it's still working. It's a picture of me and my cousin. My
Okay.
cousin is Ricky High from BSF, and I know they had the album dropping, so a picture of me and him, I put that up there, and then I did an ad on that, and then I put the link in Spotify link in there, so people can check out what I got going on, getting ready for my new album to drop, and so he was like, "It's still working, even though they're not, because what they're doing is they see you with Rick High, they're not clicking on the link because they want to figure out how you know Rick High."
Mm.
So they're gonna click on my page and they're gonna follow.
Yeah. When the other tip, when you are posting, I do more ads on Instagram than I do on, I'm really not on Facebook.
Okay.
I go on there, see what's going on with family and hop off. I'm more of an Instagram person.
Yeah.
When I do an ad on Instagram, if it's a reel, or usually nowadays it's a reel, I if I want them to go to my, because they ask you, do you want them to go to your profile, or are you doing this ad because you want more people to click on your link? I've done both. If
Mhm.
you specify that you want them to click on your link, you'll get more people actually clicking on your link. But if you specify that you want them to go on your profile,
Mhm.
that's where you'll get more followers. So you
Right.
have to separate out the two.
Man.
What is it that you're placing
Yeah.
this ad
That's why
for?
I asked that question to my mentor because I pick click on the link and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like I clicked that. He was like, you know what? Because of the picture content. He said my
Mm.
picture content was more attractive to how I knew Rick High, because Rick High was
Yeah.
hot. It's hot out right now because of the BSF new album just dropped. Long
Mm-hmm.
Live Shay. Album's amazing. And it's like that's why the algorithm switched because of people is because I told him what I did, every detail I did down to the uh the name insert of what type of audience you want people to see,
Mhm.
and I also told him the cities. Of course, I use Buffalo, New York City, Atlanta, Georgia. I believe I use where my fans are at, like in Chicago, Las Vegas, LA, and then of course Montreal. Because I'm with 514 Online Mix, the home base is in Montreal, Canada. So then was the cities that I use, and the range of the cities of the mileage. I put it wide open. You know what I'm saying, up to 50 miles, and I ain't get no clicks, but I'm averaging 30 new followers a week.
Mhm.
He said it's still working. Don't get discouraged. The next ad you do a motion ad. He told me to do a motion ad after that with maybe your content or maybe of a new piece of content about your album coming out. Wu Injection, who is being hosted by DJ Flipside, who is the mixtape DJ of the Wu Tang Clan. And so he was like, you already did a couple ads with that, with the old picture coming soon. Use that same concept with a different piece of content with the same information, but a different design, a motion type of ad to where people will click on the link because they're going to assume that the album is out now, even though it say coming soon.
Mhm.
Because people that's watching, it's an eye tricky thing. You know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying? Jertaker, that's how you do when you do your ads too. You trick
I,
the eye.
I honestly, I tried a lot of different things. I've noticed as of right now, I try to learn something based off of like a lot of times topics. So
Okay.
like if it's a specific topic or whatnot, I'll try luring in somebody based off of a topic. So something that maybe is debatable, something that what I'm saying, it's always different. But I've
Hmm.
noticed I've gotten more of a better reaction when I'm luring in somebody based off a topic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
saying? And
Wow.
then they'll be like, all right, well, I relate to that topic. I'm about to check this out because that's something that I maybe experienced myself, or maybe I really like that topic, want to learn more, or etc. So then they think, all right, maybe if I check out this song, it's gonna be something about that, which then normally it would be, what I'm saying, because I'm putting that topic to lure them in, and then they check out the song, which then they tend to want to listen to it, and they're already going in with positive, like a positive mindset. They're looking like, all right, I'm probably gonna like this because it's a topic I relate to.
No doubt.
Yeah. Are
Uh,
you on
uh,
Instagram as well?
Yes.
Oh, what's your Instagram handle?
Official like underscore Jertaker, but you can just look up Jertaker. It'll come up and everything.
It'll come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, def Ecstasy, you got questions? You got questions inside the backstage. What questions do you have?
I had questions. I think you kind of answered it, but
Okay.
I didn't want to forget, so I did write it out,
All right.
and I said, "How do you check the algorithms on Facebook?" But you had already said that's Meta.
Yeah, yes, meta. You can go to your insights um in your Facebook, and it tell you exactly what have you done in the last 30 days.
Oh.
They break everything down for how many people click, how many people watched, what areas, what cities. It breaks down how long they looked at your content, from 3 seconds to 1 minute or more. They'll also let you know who just looked at your page. You know what I mean? Who just clicked on it and left.
Yeah.
Those type of things. And the same thing with the radio station. When I have meetings with the 514 team, she let me know how many people listen to the show, how long they listen to the show, what countries, how many people, how many people listen to the whole show, how many people came in that listened to it for a couple of minutes. They might be in the car in the morning because it's a morning show. People going to work, going to school. She'll let me know how many people in this time limit, how many people in this time limit. I mean, and everything is going up in the green. Let's let y'all know we going up in the green on everything. Nothing is going down, and we're elevating in all areas. People's asking more questions about ecstasy and you. More people is going to the website, clicking on the links. Um, your link is on the page, V. For your podcast is on the 514onlinemix.com. IBP Media is
That's
on
what's
there.
up.
And eventually we'll probably put Joe Taker's information on there also. and also, everything is going on with Xtasy too, or IG and everything is on there. So it's like they're actually going to the site, exploring the site while they're listening to the radio. You know what I mean? So
That's good.
everything is a package. So when you same thing with your Facebook and your Instagram, your LinkedIn, any other social media you're using, they have them insights that exactly breaks everything down. You just got to know what you're looking at. See, I had to get trained to know what I'm looking at because I look at stuff and I got ADHD. I get crazy and get anxiety kick in. Like I don't know what's going on. Click off. I'm done. But I actually had to get trained to this is what this is. This represents this. And then once you get that training and know exactly what you're looking at, it's easier when you click on it and click inside your insight, you'll know exactly what you're looking at. And same thing with I like Instagram because everything's in front of you.
Yeah, I like Instagram also.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
I'm looking at this one picture, Jertaker, that you took, and this caption. If you Ecstasy, if you look at this, like this is perfect. He posted a picture, and then he put a caption in there. Every day is another journey, getting lost in the moment. If the in the picture matches the caption, that's what people like to see. You'll see if you do something like that, and you're more engaging and vulnerable with
Mhm,
your audience, they'll take to you. Like
mm,
this is perfect. I love that, getting lost in the moment, and it's a simple picture of him
mhm.
doing his thing.
Right,
People like to
right.
see that.
Yeah,
People, I bet your insights are nice for that. That people like to see that. You got 166 comments and 518 likes
yeah,
because
yeah,
that
yeah.
people took to that.
How many people shared it?
I wouldn't be able to see
Yeah,
that
he
it's
he
his, but I'm
it's
sure
like
people saved
yeah,
it. I would save something like that.
yeah, yeah,
I would
definitely,
save
definitely.
something like I'm
Yeah,
saving
save
it
when you
now. I
save somebody
like
save
that.
something, your algorithms go up 50%.
Yeah, wow. I know the
Yeah,
saves and shares really matter, but I didn't know it helps the
50%.
algorithm like that.
50%, man. That means 50% of more people that's in that hashtag, 50% more people that's exploring on what you're doing, 50%
Hmm.
of people that's following you, 50% of the people that's listening to you, clicking on your link, everything 50% across the board of more people will see that piece of content in your page.
15 shares, 246 shares and 5 saves.
See,
Yeah. Yeah, that
that is
5
great. I
saves
mean,
killed it.
the
That
picture
5
and
saves
the
killed it.
caption. Yeah.
Yeah, that 5 saves killed it. That 5 saves brought a lot of people to that content. Just them saves
Hmm.
by themselves. I mean, counting the shares.
For sure.
Shares your content go up 15%. Your algorithm. But yeah, them saves. When you get somebody to save it, oh my god, man! If I can get, I'm averaging on my last post ad I did, I had five. I had 5 saves. And that made a big difference on the followers, and then the followers turned to fans because fans and followers, two different things. Those who go back about 7 episodes, I talked about that. There's the difference between fans and followers.
Yeah.
You can have followers all day long, but that don't mean anything if they're not engaging.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
I'm
you know what I
I'm
mean.
actually running an ad right now on my Instagram, and I was intentional about the post, and I wanted to make sure that the picture or the reel, because I'm running a reel ad. You can
Hmm.
only run a reel ad if you don't have someone's music behind it. If it's just your original audio, it's easier to run a reel ad. And just from that reel ad, I think I started it on Monday. I've already gotten 21 additional followers
Right, right,
just
right.
from that one reel ad, which is great, which means that it's working. I was intentional, and I made sure that any hashtag that I wanted to use in the ad, that it was already there, because once you submit it to Meta, that you
Hmm.
you can't make any changes. But
Right.
just from that, and the engagement is crazy as well, which means the ad is working. I've submitted ads before and did not get anything. Like, it was not worth my money. And I was like, you know what? I want a refund because it didn't work. And sometimes they'll tell you that the ad is not good enough to work. Either the picture is too grainy, or
Hmm.
it's not it's just not going to work.
Awesome.
So they won't even do it. But
What
I
Mhm.
believe in the ads as well,
what I
because
would
we have to remember that Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, they are trying to make money as well. And the way they make money is to keep people on their platform. So if you have something that is engaging, your algorithm is going to go up because there's people looking at your content. So you want to make sure that your content is nice, that the pictures are popping. The pixels in the pictures are popping. It's not grainy. And you'll see the difference. You'll definitely see the difference. Invest in yourself.
With the with that being said, when as long as you like you were saying, with as long as you got the good quality photos or videos or whatnot like that, just to compete with your competition, because a lot of times nowadays it's so easy to get good quality pictures and to get good quality videos. So as long as you have that, even in my opinion at least, as long as you had that ad that has something good when it comes to good quality, a lot of times, even if you don't get the attention out of the followers, the likes, the plays, the shares, etc., it's still good because people see it. They just might not clicked on it. So now if they see that your name, for that ad or whatnot, and they see it, if they see you again, they're more than likely to remember you. It's now a second time seeing you. Now, if they see a third ad, they're more, you know what I'm saying? If
I've gotten followers like that.
Exactly, because they see it once, they it sticks in their mind whether they realize it or not. Then they see an ad again or something like that. I've seen this person before. I've seen this name before. You know what I'm saying? Which now they're more than likely to click on it the second time because they have already heard of you before. They look at you as, oh, I've heard of this person before. I heard of this influencer or this podcaster or this celebrity or this musician. So I've heard this person before. I've seen this person before. Whether they don't remember where it was from or not. You know what I'm saying? That's the good thing about billboards. A lot of times you have a billboard and people get discouraged because they get a billboard, nothing happens. Doesn't mean nothing happened because people have seen it. And it sticks in their mind whether they realize it or not. And they'll more than likely, if they see it again, now look you up.
Right. And another thing I want to put out there for all the listeners too is when you're doing an ad and you're don't be afraid to use the characters in the ad that they give you that you're searching for. Because I didn't know this either. I just got an email from my mentor. He's watching. My mentor from Atlanta. He said those characters is connected to hashtags and links. And so if somebody using that character, like a character I always use sometimes is the Made in Buffalo character. That character was designed by the city of Buffalo's Buffalo News. The Buffalo News hashtag is connected to that. So when you're using those characters, they're connected to different hashtags and websites and links. So don't be afraid to go if you want to put some up there. Say for example, Jertaker is about to do a wrestling match in Rochester, and he want to promote that content with a flyer. And he want to use one of the characters. It might be a character of Macho Man Randy Savage. So whatever's in that character, you can take that character name, search it on Google, it'll tell you exactly who's connected, who designed it, what hashtag, what website is connected with, and then you can click on those and click on the Google, and it'll tell you how many people is following that particular link. It'd be in millions. So just using that Macho Man Randy Savage character on his content, on his stories, you know what I mean? They're all going to that has an Instagram, it's connected to Instagram, going to see that content.
Yeah, Xtasy had it to that's a good. So Xtasy is asking what happens to others when you tag, which goes into what the Joker was just saying. When you use particular characters, it's the same way with tags. When you tag someone, their people who are following them will be able to see that you tag them and they can see your content. Now, the thing with tags, and this has happened to me, some people don't like to be tagged, so they'll block you. So you have to be careful. It's good. It's a really good tool to use, the tagging, but you do have to be careful because some people are proprietary, I guess. They just don't want to be, they're like, no, don't use me because they think you're using them as clickbait. But like I've tagged people that I really, that inspired me, and I have not had any problems. Like Charlemagne the God, he's someone that truly inspires me. Like he just, he taught me that it's okay to be me. Yeah, like this is me, and it's okay with that. So sometimes I do tag him to things, but you do have to be careful. That's a really good tool, though, just to go back to what you were saying.
Yeah,
And it ties into what the Joker was saying as far as characters. It's the same thing, that they're the followers of those people, or the people that you're tagging, will be able to see your content.
and another thing, if they block you, your algorithms go down to 0.0.
Really?
They block you, your algorithms go to 0. Now that's one lane. And so if you do it on the feeds, when that lane, that algorithm go to 0.0, it don't affect the other lanes of algorithms. But that part of the lane, you got to start from scratch. That's why it takes a while to, when somebody block you on a tag, you notice that it takes a while for it to get back into rhythm to where people is seeing it more again. Even with an ad, the ad will go back to 0, but if that ad is it and the algorithm is still moving ahead of ahead of everything, it could bounce back pretty quick. That's what I like about ads. You know what I mean? When you're doing an ad and you got the hashtag, it's going to bounce back real quick, even though you slipped up or somebody blocked you or somebody just hating or whatever the situation may be. You know what I mean? It bounced back very quick. I seen that in a couple of my situations, and I tell people, I tell people, I ask them, do I would like to tag you in this if I want them to see something. But most of the time, I do my tags are the people I'm actually doing work for, like I'm working for, like I'm working for you guys. So I tag you guys. You know what I mean? Is no reason y'all should block me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we all working together. We all building together.
Right.
I'm working
Right,
with.
and I'm sure you have the choice to accept it if it doesn't go along with.
And some people have it blocked where you can't tag them.
Right, and that's cool. That's more safe than anything. So you won't
Takes
mess
the
with your
option
algorithm.
out of it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like when people
But I
that
have
let me
been
know.
getting
No,
better with who I work with.
Your consistency, Xtasy, is going to help you, because you go in there and you sharing, your consistency
That's
is
networking. That's
key.
what got me started in the first place. I would say bro is a master marketer, but I'm a master networker.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
And
you are.
one thing I like about what you got going on is the consistency also. But one thing that you got to be careful on too also is connect things that's connected to. For an example, if you post a picture of V Green, the Queen, of her podcast, try not to put an industry song behind it. Don't do that. When you want to build up, see, our lane is to represent up and coming podcasters,
Right.
up and coming artists, up and coming producers, up and coming creators, up and coming. We're with the underground. Um, um, Jim Jones already popping. Kanye West is already popping.
Right.
I don't use you know any of that stuff when I'm sharing anybody else's content that is a podcaster or an artist. If I'm like Jertaker, if I'm going to push him, I'm gonna find his song and put behind it.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I want to push V Green, I'm gonna find out one of her artists that she pushing, put a song behind it, or I might put my song behind it. Either or, because that's part of the circle of what we're doing here. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that I like you to just tighten up on. Everything else you're doing is amazing. The
I
content.
kind of have been doing that even with the quotes from the famous people. Then I'll take one of their songs that I like and I'll do it that way. So I have been getting a little bit better than
Yeah, even when you do
I
that, if you
want.
take a quote from Kanye West, you know, still use somebody in the
Up and
circle that's
coming.
been played on our show, or something that V Green been pushing, like the R&B singer she been pushing on
Yeah,
her
we have an
stories.
equation.
Yeah,
We have an
grab her
equation on the
music.
R&B side.
Look up Joe Taker's music, use one of
Right.
his, look up my music. You do a good job with mine. I appreciate that. You do an excellent job with that. You know what I mean? But I try to do the same thing. I try to keep anything that's in
Because
that
I know
circle.
your circle, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I am kind of part of your circle.
Of course, of
You know
course.
what
Yeah,
I
you're
mean?
doing, but
So
anybody else that's
the people that you have worked with, I've
Mm.
also
yeah, that's cool
had
too.
some
Yeah,
stuff
that's hot.
going
Yeah, I like
on.
that.
So
You
that's
know,
why, for example, I'll mention Spill 716.
yeah, cool. That yeah, 'cause we
I
got a
have
song together.
had real
Yeah,
conversations
yeah.
with him.
716 Live.
Or Johnny Honest. I
Oh
have
yeah.
had real conversations.
Right. And
Um,
that's why I stay in tune. I try to stay into as much as possible of who's on each other's shows so I can do my research. I try my best, but it's kind of tough for V Green's podcast because when her podcast is on, that's like prep
I haven't caught it yet,
hour for
and
me.
I'm
So it's like
ashamed of
I try to go
myself.
back and forth. I try
Oh,
to
I'll send it
go
to
in
you.
and go in out, and I can't engage like I want to because I got to do this and then I got to do that, and I got a meeting over here, and then somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of tough. So I try to go back on like on the weekends, especially when football season's over. That's my free day, and I can catch up
Hmm.
on like on the podcast. I catch up on my shows. I catch up on music. I can catch up on everything. That's my catch up day. That's the day
Me
I
too.
don't do nothing else but you know I watch 4 or 5 episodes of y'all content all day like a TV show, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, the
that's
Evening
really
Rush Network has a lot of shows. He's looking for a cigar show right now. So if anyone's out there listening to us and would like to start a podcast, we have 514 online. We have the Evening Rush Network. You know,
yeah,
we're doing it in these parts, okay?
yeah, 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 yeah.
IBP Media Group.
I mean,
Yeah, IBP
IBP
Media
yeah,
Group.
IBP got like 4 or 5 podcasts,
Hmm.
under us. We got the Fan
I was
Cave.
checking them out the other day.
Yeah,
I do a lot of podcast research because
yeah,
I'm in the industry. When you're
right,
in this
right.
industry, you want to research what it is that you want to do. You don't want to if you're podcasting, you want to research other podcasts. Like
Right,
one of the
right.
podcasts that I love that's out of Chicago is the Corner Convo. They just opened for Mel and
Okay, okay.
yeah, they just opened up for them on Sunday. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's
Well, I think we got good music marketing
Oh,
absolutely.
oh,
podcasting.
yeah. I mean, that's definitely my purpose of, because 'cause I'm a music manager. I've been a music manager for 20 years. Those who listening to me right now, my history, I managed, 4 Water. If y'all can Google him, I was behind his movement. I was behind Miss Mitra, who has a clothing line right now. I wear her clothing line all the time. Uh, her urban her urban clothing line is off the chain. I managed her as an artist and back in the day. And then my big management that I did was Flo from the Bad Girls Club. I was her manager. Those who watched the Bad Girls Club season 5, I believe she was on. Where her and Natalie got into the fight in the swimming pool. She broke her leg, and yeah, I was the one that was on the phone with her when she was crying, and she called me. Yeah, I had my voice on the TV show. I'm real
I'm
Which
sure
connected.
I
one?
was trying to call him from the mental
Yeah, yeah.
hospital.
Season 5
I'm sure I was
of
trying.
Bad Girls Club on
Oh,
Oxygen.
okay.
Yeah, I was her manager. I was her manager for a whole year. Um, she came to Buffalo 3 times. I was living in South Carolina at the time when I was managing her. Um, and that was a amazing experience. Right there. I'm still good friends with a lot of the producers from Oxygen. Shout out to Amy Gibbs, Brian. Shout out to my man Scott, uh, uh, Mike Sherham, all them boys from Oxygen, the cable network. They follow me on Instagram. They good people. They also Amy's been my mentor too on the management side when it came to reality TV. She's involved with MTV, VH1. She's behind a lot of them reality shows that's going on right now on MTV, and that, but me knowing like the contracts and how things work, she really put me on the game because she didn't have to. That was free, and because she knew that they was doing some things with Flow, and she put me on game that they didn't want me to know, and she was like, "That's not fair to this young man who is came in, volunteer his time first, then I got paid." So she was like, "That's not," she didn't feel that the way they was doing business, and that's just a part of the industry, shady like that. Um,
Mhm.
if you want to be in the corporate world, get comfortable of being D with no Vaseline very quick because that's part of the
What'd you
game.
say? Being what with no
Get
Vaseline?
get D with no Vaseline. You know what I mean?
The
Straight
corporate world
going
is a
in.
different beast. I'm
Yeah,
I'm I'm in there. That's how I'm funding my future right now. And it is a different beast because if you have to learn how to maneuver yourself in the
yeah,
corporate world. You have to
yeah,
learn how to the different audiences. That's
yeah,
important also.
yeah,
You have to know your audience. You can't go talking to someone as if they're preschoolers. You
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you really have to know your audience.
Build a relationship, man. I built relationships throughout my walk of being a music manager. I'm good friends with a lot of people. For example, I was just in the gym last week, and TJ DJs was working out in there, and I'm like, he looked familiar. So I went to him. I said, I seen him. He was doing squats, and I didn't want to mess up his set. And then I went to him. I was like, they look familiar. You TJ DJs? He was like, man, I've been looking at you the whole time since I've been in the gym, and I knew you look familiar. I said, what I know you from? I said, I interviewed you and Bob. He was Bob's manager. And he was like, "Yeah, in Atlanta, 90 TV." I said, "Yeah, yeah." He remembered the 90 TV and everything. And he was like, "I knew you look familiar." I said, "I was a little more overweight at the time. I told him I'm 178 pounds lighter than I was when you saw me." He's like, "Yeah, I knew you looked different." And I know he was kind of chubby then too. He worked on his health and everything from him having COVID and everything too. So he was like, "Yeah, man, I got a show out here in Albuquerque with one of his artists, and he also said B.O.B. supposed to be special guest. I didn't get a chance to go to the show, but he was
Mhm.
out here, and then I followed him on Instagram because he had a whole nother page, and I said, I want to interview him on my show and everything. He said he's gonna let me know after the tour, and so I can put him back on this spot on this platform here to interview him. But I know a lot of people in the industry, very friends with a lot of people. One of my main mentors that taught me the management game as a shout out to Michael Blue. Anybody that know who's Michael Blue is in the industry, Michael Blue is the manager of Outkast. He was the manager of Case. He was still the manager of Nick Cannon. So every time you see anything with Nick Cannon name on it, you'll see Michael Blue. From Wildin' Out, you'll see his name pop up on the credits. You see his name pop up on the Tonight doing the Masked Singer. He's one of the executives. Michael Blue sat down with me at Justin's Restaurant in Atlanta. Never forget it. And shout out to Tommy Jackson, rest in peace. I worked with him in the clothing store in Anderson, South Carolina, and we sat there for hours at Justin's Restaurant, who's owned by Diddy, and he was getting ordering mad food. He had paperwork on the table. He was on the phone. He was on his two-way pager. Back then, it was two-way pagers. He was doing that, and he was just talking to me while he was talking to me while he was on the phone talking to them at the same time. He was doing 4 things at one time and put me in the game on management. And one of the things that caught my attention when he was saying was that when he managed Outkast, he didn't have a contract with Outkast. He had a verbal contract with Outkast. And throughout their whole career, he never asked for a dime throughout their career. He helped them go to the level they at now. They got a tour starting. Outkast last tour starting October 5th, and I believe they supposed to be coming to Albuquerque, and believe they coming to Buffalo May 11th at the arena. Um, Outkast last tour and their last album because they retiring, and he was like, "That never they never gave me a dime. I never asked for a dime." But every time he see Big Boy or Andre 3000, they always cut him a check just because. He said, if we be at the BT Awards, I'll be in the same row they in. They'll say, pass this down. It'd be a check for 50,000. He said, I was in a bar in Miami. Big Boy so happened was filming a movie, and he came and seen and paid for my meal and he sent me a check of $100,000.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He said he's seen Andre 3000 again filming a movie overseas, and so some apparent reason he was overseas having a meeting or something, and he gave him a check for $1.3 million. It's like, come on, man, like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm on that same type of wave, just doing it just because I love the art. I do things like that because I have that same love for people that's actually putting in the work, the grind, and I don't mind doing things. I don't ask for nothing.
Yeah,
You know what I
I,
mean?
I I feel that way. That if I see someone hard at work, just trying to get better and better and better and better every day,
Mhm.
not giving up on themselves, I'll definitely support. Those are the people. Those are my people, the grinders, the one
Yeah.
who know, who understand that in order to make it happen, it's on you. It's on you. So if I see that you are truly putting in the work and not just talking about it and want somebody else to do it for you, hell yeah, I'm gonna support you.
Oh, yeah, I'm there.
Absolutely. And
I'm there.
not ask for
That's
a
why I like
dime.
Jertaker. He came to me in a different way. He came to me, he didn't just come to me and say, you know, "Yo, I'm an artist, I'm a wrestler, and I wanna do this." He came and built a relationship. He came in,
Mhm.
let him know what he does, what he's doing, what I wanna do. He explained, he gave me a small little bio of what he's all about. He gave me a whole summary about what he like about what I'm doing, and that's what I'm talking about, is how you present yourself. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? It makes a big difference how you present yourself on business. And now he's on the show every Wednesday, and now we're building a relationship on site of what we doing here and off camera. So it's like
Mhm.
that's the way to do it. That's when I know that that person right here is working. He grinding. He's really about his craft. He's really about his business, and that's what I'm talking about. Now I'm part of his team. Like,
Mhm.
and anything he needs, I mean, he didn't have to do that flyer. You know what I mean? Like, that's the initiative part. That's extra. That's big. Like, what? He did the whole flyer, and he did that joint like in 10 minutes. I gave him the information. Boom, 10 minutes later, boom, flyer's done. Like, what? You know what I mean? Come on now,
Awesome! Awesome!
quit playing. That's what
Right.
I'm
I
talking about.
love it. You guys are so great.
So, that's the thing that I love that attracts me to people that's actually putting in the work and taking the initiative to go that extra mile to help out not just yourself, but the whole team
The
player.
movement.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't win a
Bros, number
championship by
one
yourself.
podcast.
Yeah. You can't win a
Boom.
championship by
We're going to
yourself.
be a part of the 716
Right.
Awards next year.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
Let's
we
make it
are.
happen.
Oh yeah,
Manifest it.
He was
definitely.
already nominated.
I was
Were
nominated
you?
for
He should have
podcast of the
won,
year. Yeah.
but
Oh, that's what's
we'll
up.
make
Yeah.
sure that he
Who
definitely
ended up
wins that.
winning the
That we got.
716?
We're
You
gonna
know what?
get.
I did a short interview with her at the after party. I have to go back in my videos and see
And
what the
post that
name of
up.
her
Yeah.
podcast was because she did tell me that she won. I just can't remember.
The person that won was I forgot the name. I never heard of him
I
before,
never heard of him.
Yeah.
it's politics in the game, and I respect it.
Yeah.
I said people was getting mad about that awards. I says politics. You got to respect the game. Don't get mad. It's
Yeah.
politics. You got to get
Yeah,
involved in the
and
politics.
it's driving people to do
Yeah.
better here. It
Listen,
really is.
I knew
I
what
It
it was.
is.
I'm
I
not
agree.
mad.
see it.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm like the politics. Get involved in the politics. Then, if you want to be
Right.
nominated and you want to win, get involved in figure out how to get in when you fit in. Then. You know what I
Well,
mean? And I told people how to
I
do that.
think it should be based on actual, people who are out there grinding. People,
Algorithms.
Yeah,
yeah,
not
Making
gonna
sure
happen.
that
yeah.
their stuff are
Not gonna
I
happen.
want to, I want to get them on my show. I was
Yeah,
supposed to interview them,
yeah.
D'Amica and Abby,
Mhm.
and what is it, Lit City Buffalo?
Yeah, they're good people.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, good
I'm
people.
gonna try and get them on the show Think and Grow with Vette Green,
Yeah, yeah,
just so they can clarify what was
yeah,
going on, how they
yeah.
pick, how these people were picked, because I know some of them, well, I know that there were polls going around,
Yeah,
to
it's
pick
and
the
that's
artists
part of the
and
game.
all of
it's a
I
that.
mean,
great
Mhm.
podcast tool.
you could
716
speak on
Music
it.
Awards,
You
thank
could put them
you.
on your show. You could speak on it. But at the end of the day, it's part of politics. It's part of the game, and I get it.
Yeah.
I had Abby on my show, and she broke everything down. I was reading between the lines. A lot of people can't read between the lines until you in the media platform and you behind the industry of media and radio. So
Mhm.
when she was talking, I read between the lines. I know what's
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
The
a
only
so
thing
great
I
therefore,
would say,
idea.
I
I
was
commend
offended
them
when
for
she
doing
said
it.
the culture was for black and brown,
yeah,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
I
and
and
it's
am
they
cool.
did.
also the
It's cool.
culture.
You know,
It was
but
a
But
beautiful
that's the only
ceremony.
thing. Everything else, her statement
yeah,
of what the
cool.
716 Music Awards are,
I
what
love
it's
it.
for, making the artist pay. I don't disagree with any of that. The
I don't
only
disagree with
thing
none
that
of that.
bothered me was that
Nope.
black and brown culture.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's also my culture too.
yeah, of course.
I
That's
agree.
Of
it.
course.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
I'm
but
not gonna make a big stink about it
it's if you want to get involved, you want to get into politics
because
of the
she
game.
motivated it.
One thing you can do, one thing I tell people to do, even artists that condemns it and all that. If you want to get in part of the wave of it, and there's nothing wrong with it because Buffalo is the #1 city of marketing across the board. Music, film, anything that's going on. Buffalo is the #1 market right now across the board.
And
Act
Buffalo definitely is
get
in
involved.
the eyesight of a lot of people right now.
Diddy is talking about Buffalo. The BET is talking about Buffalo.
Everyone, CNN.
MTV is talking about Buffalo. ESPN talking about Buffalo. All across corporate America is talking about Buffalo. So if you don't want to get a part of the 716 Music Awards, you're dumb. You're stupid. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
I'm
know
be
I'm
honest
on
with
my
you.
grind. I
Yeah.
know I'm on my grind.
Maybe
So
and maybe Abby can be a mentor for me.
if the
That'd be
716
nice.
Music Awards is really about the awards and highlighting people who are really out there grinding, the people who are out there grinding should be highlighted.
Yeah.
Period. That is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
awards
Yeah. 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 Me too. I agree. But
are
it's not gonna
about.
happen. Not gonna happen.
See,
Man.
the thing that I'm thinking, I think it should be everything should be taken into consideration when it comes to resume, online portfolio, when it comes to presence, if there's
I
stage
agree.
presence, if
I
there's
agree.
Everything.
professionalism, as there's skill, as there's grinding, everything. I think
Right.
all that, and obviously a little bit of the politics too, because the thing is with that is that a lot of times, those who a lot of times get higher up ranking because of the politics and whatnot are the ones who literally connect and network very well. You know what I'm saying? So they're connecting and networking very well. They're working all together with all, the community and stuff like that. So in a lot of ways,
Right.
they're ranked higher because of, how much, things they're putting in. It might be a lot behind the scenes stuff that, a lot of people don't see or know about.
Right.
And so, like, to me, it makes sense, but I do think that everything should be taken in consideration when it comes to like an awards, because the thing is, a lot of stuff. Some people focus on the marketing. Some people focus on the ads. Some people focus on the presence. Some people focus on the performance. Some people focus on if it's music, lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So like there's certain I think everything should be taken into consideration and like equaled out. You know what I'm saying? Just to like focus on a little bit of everything.
I'm
I
gonna give
agree.
2 things that you can do to get involved with 716 Music Awards politics to get in the game. Number 1, do a pledge.
Mm.
Cash App 716 Music Awards. Give them a pledge every month of
Ooh.
$25.
So you go pay them. I don't want to pay them. I
You know what I'm
don't want to
saying?
I
pay
have the
Or
nobody.
money to pay
if you don't
him.
wanna pay if you
See
don't wanna
my
pay
content. No,
if
I'm grinding out here.
I
okay,
need
if you don't wanna pay,
$30 for a
I got
dollar a
another thing you can do
day.
without paying, is when the 716 Music Awards come, connect it to your podcast like I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did a special week of the pop-up show. I
He
talked to
did.
514 online mix. I canceled all my shows, and I did a show every day interviewing much people I can that's involved in 716 Music Awards. I got into the politics of the media of it. I
Mm-hmm.
interviewed.
And that's how we met.
Yep, yep, right. And
Because
Wow.
yeah,
if
and
it
that's what I
wasn't
did.
for
If you want, you know what I'm
716
saying?
Music
With your
Awards,
podcast
I
be,
wouldn't have went so hard.
soon as it happens, say they start advertising it. They usually start advertising around April. April, you start figuring out, okay, the people who was nominated last year. Let me interview all the people that was nominated last year. Set up a day every day. But even if you want to cancel doing what we got going on just for that special, that's cool because I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Interview the people that was nominated last year back on the show.
Yep, that's what we doing.
and keep that wave going and that marketing going of what they're doing. You are part of
Right.
the politics now. You know what I mean?
I do
That was
feel
part
like
of
I
my
kind of
politics for
am with
me
the
to
people
get
that
votes.
I'm waving with.
And I'm pretty sure I had one of the highest votes in there. But the person that won was connected to what they was doing. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
how that
going
works.
back through my pictures now. I want to listen to the video and
Okay.
and find out what the name of her podcast was. And I'm usually good about stuff like that. I'm usually good about stuff
I
like
don't
that. I want to give
condemn. I
people
don't condemn her for
their
like
props.
people's stinky attitudes toward it. I
I
don't
mean,
have
Yeah.
any
you're gonna get
problem.
that.
Like
You're
I
gonna get
said,
that.
the only problem I had with anything was maybe because I was paying too close of attention to it.
Yeah.
Was while some performances weren't able to perform as
Well,
well,
you know,
but
that's the way. That's
you
why the
know,
game. That's why the
things
cookies crumble.
happen.
That's part of the
But
game. You know, and
that's the only
and
complaint
they're
I really have,
you got to
and I
understand too
wasn't even
is
there.
they're connected to the awards academy. They're on a triple A level of the awards academy. That means the 716 Music Awards is on the same level as the BET Hip Hop Awards. It's on the same level. They're certified. They have the certificate on top of Byron Brown giving them this key to the city
Right.
because they are connected to the awards academy. That means that's good on you guys' resume. Me as a podcaster, I could put that on
Right.
my IG because I'm certified being nominated for that awards. So that helps out my brand because they're certified as being award academy for the state of New York. for
Also, people
716.
that you've worked with have been nominated for things as well.
Yeah,
So we're creating a community within the community.
that's it. You know what I mean? That's how you do it.
How can
That's how you
we?
beat
How
out. That's how you
can we
beat out the
lose?
politics. That's how you beat out everything that should be fair, but that's part of the game. Because guess what? The BT Awards is the same way. You know,
Mhm.
we'll see if Benny the Butcher gonna win. He nominated twice this year. He was nominated
Is
last year
he?
and didn't win.
Well, if I
He's
could
nominated
vote,
twice
I
this year.
would vote.
You see what I'm
And you
saying?
know I'd vote for Benny.
But if he don't win this year, guess
But if
what?
38 was
We
against
know the
him,
politics
I
of
don't
it.
know.
We know that his
I think
album
she
was
said
number one.
it's 716 Uncut is the name of the podcast. I couldn't really hear what
Oh, you
she
talking
was
about?
saying.
That's my homegirl. That's my favorite podcast.
What is it?
716 Uncut. That's from Jazz Boy.
What's her name?
Jazz
I
Boy.
want to
Miss Beautiful.
Jazz Boy.
Yeah, Miss Beautiful. Her name is
You say that Miss Beauty,
Miss Beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Miss Beautiful.
yeah. That's my
I'm gonna
homegirl.
look her. Are you following her on Instagram
Oh man,
or
I
something?
mean, I look at her. That's my favorite podcast. I voted for her. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
she's the
girl.
one. I'm about to
No, she
she's
didn't
on
win.
your
She didn't win. No, she didn't win. She was nominated, but she didn't win.
Oh, I thought she said I'm about to look. She's
No,
on
she
your
didn't win.
Instagram, the Overlooked one, Overlooked MC.
Yeah, she on all my
Podcast
pages. Yeah, she on my Instagram. She on my Facebook. I follow her across the board. She followed me across the board.
Is it
Yeah, I voted
Miss
for her, but she didn't win though.
MISS
No.
Beauty?
It'd be cool to get Sydney there too for the 716 Music Awards.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just put
Yeah,
a little birdie in the air.
yeah.
That would be cool
You
for
gotta
No,
send me the link
podcast.
to her podcast so I
Yeah,
can
Podcast
listen.
she get on.
supporters.
She be on every Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
That's what she said every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday
Send
at
me
10
the
o'clock.
link because I couldn't find it on.
She play music videos. She play indie artist music video.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she's a 106 in Park of the upstate,
Oh, that's what's up.
and she should have won. I voted for her. I didn't vote for myself.
She said she in
I
the
voted for bro.
interview that I did with her. She said she did one. She did win.
Nah, she didn't.
Oh, okay. Who
It's a whole
ended
nother
up
podcast.
winning?
It's called some Sleep After Dark or something that Sleep After Dark.
Oh,
podcast.
okay. I follow
Like,
them.
Two
on,
Guys That
Yeah.
Are Cooler
Facebook.
is a podcast
They
I
won.
like from
I
Buffalo.
like that. Yeah, we follow each other. I like them
Okay.
also. They're
So
out of
we all
Buffalo.
on the
Yeah.
same page as
Yeah.
podcasting.
You know
That's
what? If
we
you
want.
hashtag when I post for the podcast on the Think and Grow with Vet Green page,
Mhm.
I hashtag Buffalo Podcast.
Yeah,
So make sure
Yeah.
you're using that.
I'm
When I
gonna use that.
hashtag
I'm
Chicago
definitely gonna do that.
Podcast
Yeah,
and Buffalo
that's
Podcast.
tight. I never
Mhm.
thought of that. I ain't even.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna use
because
that.
you want to get in that algorithm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely
Yeah.
got to do that.
Buffalo
You
is
know,
my city.
I don't know why they're not popping up. Like, see, that's my algorithms have changed because two guys in a cooler popped up for me, and now
You
they're
have to
not.
you have to go on their page. Of a few months ago, maybe earlier this year, Instagram changed some things. So in order to
right.
see people or artists in your feed, you have to constantly
Awesome.
engage. So sometimes if I don't see certain people in my news feed, I'll search them, go to their page, and like maybe 3 or 4 of their posts, just so it'll go back into my feed. Instagram is all over. You really have to engage with
Yeah,
people
that's
in
right.
order to see
Yeah,
them in your
you gotta
feed.
be on it real
I'm
deep.
trying.
You gotta
I'm
Yeah.
trying Instagram more. If
Yeah.
anybody
I
has
saw that you're
noticed,
following my Vet
I'm
Green hashtag.
trying.
Thank you for that.
yeah,
I
that's
said,
right.
oh, she's following the Vet Green hashtag.
No
Thank you
doubt.
so
That's
much.
what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do the hashtag Buffalo. Was it
Buffalo
hashtag
Podcast.
Buffalo podcast?
Yep.
Okay.
Hashtag Buffalo Podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Got it.
That's how I ended up linking up with the two. They ended up following me, two guys in the cooler. And because I do hashtag research,
They're
and I
in
saw,
tune with us. They're
yep,
in tune with us.
No doubt.
yep,
They
So
yep.
most of the podcasters in Buffalo know of me and know a lot about me. And that's a good thing. I know a lot of people inboxes me like, "Oh, I love the radio show. I love the podcast." And I don't be knowing who these people are. They just, in my emails, I get email blasts all the time of people showing me love, and I don't be knowing who these people are. But it's just amazing how everything is moving so fast. Even after I was nominated, when I was nominated, that's when things really started moving. And people was like,
Hmm.
because Band Fam and a couple other people that I talked to said when they announced the winner of the podcast, they said about 30 people in the audience said the Joker should have won that at the same
Hmm.
time. So that's love.
Yeah, I
Um,
was there, but I had to cut out early, and
yeah,
my phone
yeah,
had died. I was so busy trying to get footage for
yeah,
Think and Grow with Vet Green so I can show it on Tuesday. My phone ended up dying.
yeah.
One of
I
my
was trying to
favorite.
just get outside the building
Yeah,
and
were
do
you
Yeah.
the
there?
interview.
Oh my
No, I
God. One of
wasn't.
my
I was
favorite.
actually working for another podcast,
Oh,
my
okay.
other bro that I don't know, but I can tell everybody that Flickstar is a part of my team, and
Okay.
Flickstar did point me in all of the directions that I'm going.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
what's
he
up.
kind of is a mentor too,
Okay. That's what's
Two of
up.
but
my favorite,
he pointed me
well,
towards
Blue
you,
Paper
bro.
Nas, his speech was so phenomenal.
Okay.
I want to get him on the podcast. I'm gonna be
Okay.
on 716 Live on Mondays,
Okay.
twice a month. Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Your
He
girl is
should
doing
have
the
been
thing.
Yeah,
Your
you better
girl
listen
is
to
doing
on
the
the
thing.
D Green,
716.
the Queen working.
Man, I'm going in the studio. I'm going
Yeah,
in the
see,
studio.
I love it.
I
You
think
guys are
that
so
I'm going
great.
to either October 3rd or October 10th. I got to work it out because I'm going to Baltimore that weekend of
Okay.
prior to October 3rd. So I want to make sure I'm good for the show. I'm going to have DJ Bandana Black on there. I
Okay.
I
want him
love
to,
DJ
yeah.
That's my
Oh yeah,
bro.
I
Bandana.
know he's such a sweetheart. Oh my
That's my
God, he's
boy.
such a
I've
sweetheart.
Yeah.
never really spoke to him, but he's just my favorite.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he's a
I reached out to him right when I released the Haters album, and it stuck with me what he said, and it makes him so much sense that he said, if you want a DJ to play your music, give them something. Give them something, not just it don't have to be money. Give them
yeah.
a T-shirt, some merch,
Right.
a vinyl, free
I
tickets
don't
to
know
a
why people
movie,
don't send
pay for
us
his
things so we
lunch.
can
It's
market
like,
them since
yeah,
we're basically on TV
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
yeah. So he was
most
like,
people don't even have cable anymore.
that's
Everything
it.
Right.
is internet.
We
Right.
MTV right
That's
now.
why Comcast Takeover can work.
We BET right now. We
Right,
ABC.
right.
We
Make sure
CNN right now.
I know we're about to
Right.
end, but make sure you send me the link to the podcast. For you said Miss Beauty.
Yeah,
I want to check
Jazz,
Send
her
it to
yeah,
out
me
and
Jazz
too.
Board.
support.
Yeah, I put in your inbox. And
Okay. And
and
nice
Joe
to meet
Taker,
you,
man.
Jerk
Got any
Taker. I'll
last
go
words, Joe Taker?
check you out.
I mean, honestly, no. I mean, you guys covered most things, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love that. I'd love to go live with you on IG, also on Saturday with me and V.
For
And I know
sure.
she'd be busy on weekends, but we go
Well,
live
this
at two
weekend,
o'clock. Yeah, he was
getting
busy.
set
Oh,
up.
yeah, he was busy. Yeah, he was
I
busy.
was
What time you
We
guys
go
go?
live. We go live on
I
Saturdays
covered
at
for you,
2
sis.
o'clock
thank you,
Eastern time
sis.
2 o'clock.
on IG, and
All right.
we touch bases on the week of the week what we doing on the show. We touch bases of what's going on with the new marketing, and I'll give people tips. And we do that to let people know more about our movements, so we can promote on a different aspect lane. And that's what we do on Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern time. That's 12 noon my time, and we go live. So if you down with that, I definitely will get you involved
Yeah,
and
for
add
sure.
you and to go live on IG, and we'll all chop it up together.
And some
Last week I
questions.
had me and Exley was on. She came to cover for V because she couldn't make it, and she came on for a good 10, 20 minutes. And we chopped it up, and a lot of people is engaged to that, and that also boosts your algorithm about 50% when you go live once a week at the same time. At the same time, having the schedule, being on time every time, that will boost your algorithm up 50%.
Hmm.
So that's why we
I'm
Fantastic.
going to
do.
see
You
if I
just
can set my
cleared it up
camera up
today.
behind
Yeah,
when we're
Tip
doing that.
off.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So you said every time on Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern time and 12 noon Mountain time, the algorithm is kicking in like, where y'all at? We ready for you. What y'all doing? We got your back. And then if you don't go on, it drops down 20% because if you being consistent every Saturday at that time, the algorithm is waiting on you
I,
patiently.
I was listening to you this morning on 514 Online because that's my morning music show. And I heard you talking about the sloppy seconds.
Yeah, Beasley got signed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They said they get the Tom Brady and them getting our sloppy seconds.
Did you guys read where Eli Manning he went undercover to try out for the football team at Penn State? He went undercover to try out. I was just reading that on Yahoo News.
Funny. Wow. I
Could
would
you
love to see that.
imagine
I would love
Jim
to see
Kelly?
that.
Jim
Yeah.
Kelly coming in impersonating someone that's going to try out for
Yeah, right.
Buff State
It's
football.
no better
That
than
would
half of the
be a
people on the
funny
team.
reality show.
Right.
That's big.
I
And
hope
also
Jim Kelly's watching.
on a serious note, before we get off, please let's pray for Puerto Rico right now.
I saw that.
Hurricane, did some destroying. It's some things that popped up on IG of a couple of my fellow friends saying that CNN and the news is not giving the clear news of what's really going on. They putting up real
Mhm.
footage on IG that the whole Puerto Rico is underwater, but they're not putting that on the news. They're showing different bits and pieces of stuff that you could see before the storm. They're not doing what they did with Katrina, actually showing the footage of the helicopter seeing the whole Puerto Rico, and they have issues with that with government. I'm just gonna spit the news on our platform because I think that's
Yeah.
important. And then they're not giving the actual facts of what's really going on in Puerto Rico. So let's pray for Puerto Rico
Yeah.
right now.
Hurricane Fiona came through.
Yeah,
There was some footage I saw. I can't remember where I saw it, where it the waters just took out the bridge.
yeah,
They have they're going to experience power outages. There's going
yeah,
to
yeah,
it's unfortunate. So
yeah.
yeah, prayers
So
going out to Puerto
yeah, stay in
Rico.
tune with that and be careful with what type of footage you're looking at because from my understanding from my fellow couple of people that hit me up saying that's not the actual footage that they're not showing.
Yeah, it
CNN
also
is they're not showing the actual footage of the Puerto Rico,
what's going on.
the whole island. And they saying it's just as bad as Katrina. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's also being reported that Fiona swiped Turks and Caicos. I know a lot of people that go out there to vacation. I've been there to vacation.
yeah,
Yeah,
wow,
it's
sad.
mhm.
So just pray for Puerto Rico and Turk and them other islands and stuff like that, because the media is changing the way they do things. And thank God for podcasts, thank God for radio, thank God for internet, and thank God for the people that's actually putting in the facts into people that's in media to expose the negativity and the energy that these news people is doing right now. Fox News, the CNN, and I keep going, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Um, but the footage that they're putting out is not the actual footage. So don't get we getting deceived right now. Unless you know somebody actually from Puerto Rico that hit you up, they're gonna tell you something different. So I just
You
want to make
all
that
you
clear.
you you want to do your research, and keep in mind when you are engaging with these news medias that the content that they display a lot of times is based on their own biases, their own opinions, what they believe in. So that's why I tell you all the time, I go to Roland Martin. That's who
Hmm.
I subscribe to. I actually pay to. I invest in that.
That's right.
Roland Martin, and I watch CNN.
Yeah,
And sometimes because I want to see what Fox News is talking about,
yeah,
I
yeah.
also engage with Fox News. But
Well,
yeah,
that
you
well,
want to pay
CNN, the
attention.
main one that's actually not telling the truth right now on Puerto Rico side. They're
Okay.
not putting the actual footage up right now. They're, say having issues. I think it's a lawsuit is in process in that area too.
Mm.
So, they not, I was watching CNN on my, the actual footage on my tablet, the CNN, and they showing footage of the actual hurricane before, after, not after the storm. But if a couple people that was on Instagram posted up pictures of the actual, and then guess what? They got blocked on Instagram because they say that's fake news. I'm like, why? You know what I
Wow.
mean? That don't make sense to me. So be careful on that area when you're doing the research because Google and everything is deceiving a lot of people when it comes to serious news now because of because of Trump back in the day and everything else that was going on. They actually controlling the content that's false information. And then
Hmm.
when you do put up true information on these platforms, they say it's fake news. And they're here to deceive us. It says it in Revelations. Now, no, let me get to my book. They talk
Hmm.
about it in Revelations 6 and 7. It's gonna be a lot of fake things going on to deceive my people. And that's what God said, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And the web. So be careful of what you're seeing on the internet. And actually, if you know anybody from Puerto Rico, please reach out to them. They will tell you the truth because they're there.
Yeah. Or
You
have
know what I mean?
family there.
Yeah. So, reach out to your people. They're gonna tell you the truth, and they're gonna tell you CNN is lying. And the footage I did see on IG that they blocked, they showed half of the island underwater, and you could actually see bodies floating. They say it's 3 people that died. There's more than that. So just to be honest in the situation and keep our
Mm.
prayers up for Puerto Rico and all my Bolivians, man.
Nice.
I love y'all and reach out to your families, no doubt.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end on that note. And I love each and every one of y'all. And
Yeah.
we're gonna see Jertaker every Wednesday.
Yeah, nice
Me
meeting you,
too.
Jerk Taker. I'm
Yes,
definitely going to look at your page and follow and subscribe and support.
I
yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I followed you
Yes,
on
please
Facebook.
add me.
Yep,
I'm getting
yep.
I'm new
I'm
I
gonna,
on
accepted the friend
I
request.
gotta get your. I don't know your social media. What's your social media?
It's Vette Green. If you go on YouTube and search Vette Green, Vette Green, my podcast will pop up. If
Okay.
you want some morning inspiration, you can go to my personal page. It's
Okay.
Think and
Cool. I
Grow
found
with
you.
Vette Green. I usually post just motivational things on that.
yes.
But I am
Yeah.
on the Evening Rush Network. That's DA Evening Rush Network.
Got it.
Like
And then
the
what's
Joker.
Yeah, like the Joker.
yeah,
Right,
yes,
yeah.
right. That's when
right.
I
I'm on.
searched the when I searched the Joker on face on YouTube. I'm
Mhm.
able to find IBP Media Group and all of that.
Yeah, you see my music videos and all that.
Everything. Yep.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah, yeah, no
Yep. Are,
doubt.
are you on YouTube as well?
I'm on everything.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I
From now on there, I'll be on there soon.
okay. That's
Right.
what's up.
That's
That's what's
a fact.
up.
That's a fact. We got to stay in tune what's going on. You know what
That's
I
right.
mean? Uh, yeah, I'm about to appreciate everybody on 514 online mix. Y'all stay on for 1 second. Let me do this real quick so I can get off air
Mhm.
real quick. Uh, Come on, computer, work with me. Computer is not working with me right now. All right. No doubt.
Have a great day, everyone, on purpose. They want to keep us on.
It's trying to tell you to keep going. It's like, all right,
Right. They're like, someone needs this gym.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
No doubt.
make sure you check out our social media page.